Okay, October 4th, 2019. Friday. Nothing beats not going to work and going to the track. This was probably single-handedly one of the craziest days I can remember at the racetrack. I mean, it's up there. I'm trying to, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else. I went out there because they do one time a year. They run the full track, the full 4.5 miles or 4.8 miles. It's forever lap times. And so I wanted to make sure, first time I've ever done it. I've missed every single year. I always miss it. Well, this time I made it a goal this year for sure. I was going to go. And so I took a day off work and went out there. Now, Friday is complete practice day. Nobody's doing any times or whatever. And to kind of give more track, so they gave us 5 sessions. They kind of threw everybody together in a TT group because they're figuring the track is so big, there's plenty of room, this, that, and the other. Well, wow, it was packed and everybody was fast. Now, if you're going to notice here, this is not the full track. That's a whole joke in itself. First session was a joke and I ended up deleting it. Second session, I recorded it in like 4K and then it took up all the memory and then it had some dispute that it wouldn't load, so I ended up having to delete that. And yeah, in the third session, same thing. I ended up deleting that too. So I found out, well, what do I got here? Well, this is the outer loop, which I've done videos on and doesn't really say much about the full course. Going back tomorrow, gonna make a video of the full course. But it was a madhouse out there. First session of the day, full course. Dude, people were blowing off this track everywhere. There was so much gravel on there. It was ridiculous. It was like, there was gravel everywhere. So many cars flew off the track. So many cars crashed. It was ridiculous. Like, it was bad, the rocks. And we get through our session, first session in the morning. And then next thing you know, they're cleaning rocks forever. Then finally they let the next group go, which was HPDE TT. Those poor guys, they get like one lap in, dude puts it into the barricade. They have to red flag the event. It was like they barely get on track and they have to red flag it, clean it up, pull the guy's car off, put it on a flatbed, fix the Armco. It was just like, holy crap. It was like never ending. It was just craziness. And the track was so busy. I don't care if you're on the outer loop. I don't care if you run the full course. That many cars and that wide of a speed variance was just nuts. I mean, it was, they had, so this, you see this outer, this session here was one of the craziest things. Why? Well, again, another crash. Freaking race group goes out. Door to door, the fastest of the fast GT2 cars go out. Dude wads it. Fucking destroys the car. Mustang. Cup car, like the Miller Cup car. Destroys it. Destroys the barricade. So then they're working on that thing forever. So ended up that all the GT2 racer guys, well, they missed out on pretty much their whole damn session. So then they decided, well, let's jump in with us. So you'll see them in this video. They just come blowing freaking by at Mach 5. And I'm just like, holy crap. Now, poor me. Yeah, let's get to poor me here. Tires, budget. I didn't want to spend any money. So I'm just like rocking my Otusa FP8000s. Otusa, I can't remember how to pronounce it. The knockoff Falcons generic tires. That's all I had. I had tread. I was gonna run the Federal FZ201s, but I was looking in the wear on the side corner. I was like, it'll probably wear through really quickly and be down to chords. And then I was like, then I'd be, one session, then I'm screwed and have to call it a day. So I ended up just throwing on the FPs, which are 300 tread wear, street tires that I've done reviews on, all that stuff. And went out there, and now they've been on the track a few times now. And I think they might have heat cycled out because they were awesome for like 2 laps, and then it was sketch city. It was just all over the place. But what do you do? I'm on a budget. I'm not getting new tires, so fuck it, just run it. And again, I just never seen so many cars run off the track before. It was just like, I swear to God, every session there was something that went wrong. Somebody crashed. Somebody's on the track. Somebody's car. I came around a corner. Here's this broken down Corvette just sitting there. And then go around the other corner. Here's a freaking Miata. Oh, in the first session, I had a Porsche Boxster race car chasing me down. And I could tell, and I was struggling I was just not in the groove. And yet, it was like first thing in the morning. So he's making some headway on me. I look in my mirror, and all of a sudden, we go into the attitudes, and he's gone. Bert, Bert. I watched him just spin right out. I'm like, so much for that. Because I knew he was pushing it because I'm pushing it through there. And if I'm pushing it, then I know he's really pushing it. So he just went a little bit too much and just lost it. And then he hit the barricade, and they had to fix that too, which was another issue that held up things forever. It was like, if I was in HPD 2-3 group, I'd probably be a little upset because they missed out on so much time. I think, because I went out on because they got some major delays during their sessions, and I went out and shit was on time for me, except for when that race car destroyed itself. But yeah, it was just craziness. Now you watch this. Watch. Just, you see that? That was the AMG blew by me. All right, well, here's Lambo. Also in the session, I had a shifting problem. It was kind of weird. But yeah, here comes the Lambo. He's going to rip up the inside, and he's just going to disappear. Poof. Gone. He's just gonna pass fucking everybody. Here's this Golf R. I've seen this guy a million times at different events. Even at Wintercross, I remember him. But that Golf R was really quick. I was really surprised. Like, I thought I was gonna suck him in pretty easily, but that thing held its own. It had some real power, but finally I get by him. But yeah, it was just a madhouse. It was freaking nuts. People just passing right and left, up the inside. I passed this Miata. He must have not liked it because he straight up tried to take me back on the inside. And I'm just like, dude, just give me a chance. I'm gonna leave you. And I did, but it was like, it was just craziness out there. I'm sure people are complaining about me. Gosh dang, it was just like, it was nuts. Just so many cars just blowing off the track. It just, my windshield it didn't crack, thank God, but it got little rock chips. The window has it got pelted countless times. Bunch of people bailed, but yeah, that was nuts. And here's another problem that I was having out there. My biggest problem, and by the way, full track, the whole kit and caboodle, fastest lap time, 3 minutes, 27 seconds. And I did a couple of them in the first session because you can only get like 3 laps in, 4 laps. And then the second session I did it once, and then it was rest for 28s, 3-minute 28s. And then the third session, I was like, the tire, I don't know, I was way off, but the third session, like a 29, 3 minutes, 29 seconds was the fastest I could get. And that was one thing I was kind of getting on myself about is the poor FP8000s. I was asking a lot of them on doing this. And this is some serious abuse because it's got everything. It's got high speed, it's got low speed, it's got everything you can imagine all mixed up in one. And the tires would overheat, and what normal people do is they slow down. Slow down, let the tires come back, cool off. But here's the problem. I don't slow down. All I do is slide everywhere. I just keep going, keep pushing it. I just, when the car, and I remember, thing is I'm used to doing this because when I ran the all seasons and stuff, when I very first started my first year, I also had a problem then with overdriving the tire by a mile. But when the tire gets so hot that you're actually, when you're letting off and going into brakes, one, if I didn't have analog brakes, the tires would have been flat spotted because I was locking them up. The tires get hot and then they just wouldn't grip. Even on braking, they would have a hard time just stopping. They're just gripping. It would just slide. And this, I think I would back it off a little bit. Nah, hell no, just keep going. Then what I'd do is I'd go into a corner. I'd be like going in to a corner at speeds at speeds I should be doing only when the tire's at its optimal best level, not overheated and slimy. And literally, when I'd go into the turn, when I'm letting off the brakes and initiating a turn, I'm losing the back end before I even go into it. Not coming out, like going into it. So then what I end up doing is I'm just four-wheel drifting the whole damn thing. I'm just a little drift. The back end comes out, turn into it a little bit, then the front end starts to give, and then you're on the gas, and you're trying to it's just a constant slide, and it's slow as hell, and you can't get any momentum. But here's the problem. If I'm chasing somebody, it's like hard for me to give up the chase. It's like, yes, I'm having problems. I'm running wide. I'm doing all these things, but I'm just like, keep hammering down. And the tires are just getting worse and worse and worse. And then luckily, hopefully the flag comes out and I'm like, And then I go back out and these tires, optimal 2 laps. Like first lap, second lap, these babies are all right. But after that, and I don't know, they could be a little heat cycled out. I have tracked them a few times actually. If you count other things, I've autocrossed them numerous times. So the tires have seen some heat cycles. So I don't know if maybe they were heat cycled out and they're just starting to give up the ghost. Because the first couple times, I don't remember them. I remember them lasting a lot longer than they did. But then again, not much I can do. I mean, as I said, the track tires, anything good. I mean, all I could think about was I would look around that paddock when I was waiting to go out, and it was like slicks, cut slicks. Oh, he has Michelin Cup 2s. Okay, whew. Not everybody's on freaking slicks. And here I am out there, the only person I can guarantee on that paddock with FP 8000s that I got free with rims. Yeah. No fucking. I know I'm the only one. And hey, I can't complain. I mean, not too bad for fucking some crappy, questionable tires in parking Korea. But yeah, it was a good time. It was just a madhouse, man. I've never been on the track where it was that crazy before. I mean, honest to God, I kept thinking, I wonder if this is like what all those not the time attack guys, what do they call fuck, now I can't even remember it. Oh well. It was just nuts. It was just craziness. And yeah, it was one to remember. That was for sure. I won't forget it anytime soon. It'll probably in my head when I think back, and my memories of it will just get more exaggerated with time, with how nuts it was. But man, I just remember so many just holy shit moments. Like in just even standing and watching, just like, oh my gosh. Oh, man. Okay, well, that's about it. So yeah, I'm gonna put up a video of the full track. This is again the outer loop, and honest God, who really cares? But the full track, yeah, I need to get that. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm gonna get it tomorrow. Going back out with my HPDE 8000s again, representing. And yeah, I'm actually, we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit more mellow, maybe, hopefully. Fun.